and welcome to the best hot dog loot base ever. I'm very sure you've never seen a loot base like this, and it's mostly because it's not ready. I haven't even started on it, well, except for the previous stuff I did last time when I made this XP generator, chamber, kill, whatever, and the hot dog, of course. So this time we are going to make a loot base. And we're going to take this basic shape of it, and we're going to add on looting capability, because this one, oh, don't break the leg. So we need to get through here. Okay, close this one. So the aim of this one is to allow us to basically stand here and shoot away. If I have a better weapon, a scope one, that you can stand here and you can happily just shoot everything. Really good. Problem is, while you actually can't even see if anything is dropping, we're gonna have to fix that. The problem, of course, is that you can't loot anything, and that is a bit of an issue because you'll probably end up having something that needs to be looted. So what do you do? Well, you have to expand it. So that's what I'm going. Ooh, that's interesting. The light changes in it. Okay, so you have to have a way to loot it, because running in here when you're having all the zombies that I showed last time is obviously not going to work. And I can't get up here. Oh, swim, you fool, swim. Okay. So how do you loot without going inside? Well, you could imagine doing it from below, but that seems a little bit dangerous because, let's see, it's 1, 2, I would have to make it even higher, which is a bit of a pain. Which would work, but it is a little bit of a pain. I don't want to have it too high. But I suspect that the water might drain through, and it can cause some problem with the zombie pathing. So I thought, alright, we might have to extend it out on the side. Take out this piece of the bread, and give us a way to, to get in and loot. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take out the side, and I'm going to build up a bit of a structure here. And I'm going to see if I can get it to be in a lootable shape. And what I'm going to use is these 50 pillars. And a big reason is because it helps the zombies fall down. You don't want to have the zombies not fall down, because that can cause you problems. If the zombies come here and they come after you here, then you will be one unhappy camper. So let me start by using that one and build up the rest of it. And we're done with the basic shape here. Now the trick is to be able to reach in and loot. And that is not entirely easy. So let's start by taking out, I think this one. And now it's all bleeding through. So I'm sure we can get rid of that. The problem is that glass doesn't stop it, and let's see, did anything come underneath? Okay, nothing came underneath, that's good. Oh, okay. That's really weird. Why would the water come here and not here? Alright, so we're going to need to take out this one as well, because otherwise we can't really loot. Actually seeing things, that might be another issue. Let me do this. Oh, okay, so let's assume we have some loot. This one and this one. Right. I can't see the. Oh, okay. You can. Oh, you can barely see it there. So it's a little bit. If I used my. It's a little bit harder. And if it's too close, I can't reach it. All right. Let's see. Let's take this one out as well. Now you can see it because it's too low, so that's not what we want. So you can build this one up again. Oh, we might have problem because now there's nothing on this side to hold it. Okay, let's. I'm sure we can get through this one. So let's test out some various things that we can use here. If we use this one, how does this work? Okay, because they can't get, well, they can get through 50 pillars, but not on the side. Right. So this one, let's see if we play some water here. So you might notice that I am using the POI water. This is not the bucket water. And why am I cheating? Actually, it's because you can... Ooh, you can... Oh, this... Why is there water here? Okay. You can use the buckets. And the buckets work really well. And actually, they don't. They work, but they don't work very well. It just takes a fair while to get it done. So it's a lot faster for me to just use the POI water just to test things out. Even though the bucket water will work, it just takes longer to get everything to fit in. Because you have to keep changing. Okay, so now this one is... I can see them. So this seems to work because I can't get through on this side, I believe. Maybe not the best approach though. It'll work though. It sort of works. Let's see if we can find something else that works. I wanted to try the half block, so let's do that as well. Let's try 2 half blocks. And this one, well, that one doesn't even show up because of the water. Why does that not show up? Okay, now it does. Okay, let's go through here. Let's see if I put this one now. And this one, go on. Okay. So half blocks. Is that okay? I have to do that again. Remove this one, the extra, so that you can actually see how it looks without it. I suspect the half blocks also sort of work, but it's possible that dogs and everything can get through. And yeah, you still have the issue with... Actually, what? Okay. Okay, so you still have the issue with seeing things inside. It is really hard. You can do this. So half blocks also potentially work, but maybe not the smoothest. Okay, let's try steel wedge ship. You have to have something that is sort of like a full block, but not quite. And you saw there that the water is actually a block that falls down. So let's see if we do this. Does this work? Okay, so this one is here. Okay, that's fine. I can clean this up. This one will probably be the same as the half block though, because it's the same height on the inside. Oh, and it's almost as if I fit in through it, so that's probably not the best one. It does mean that you can actually sort of get in to see things, but there is some... Yeah, this is really weird. It does allow you to see things though. You do that here too sometimes. Oh, but not much. It's really weird. I forgot. Oh, some of them. If I'm like... No. Yeah, some if I go straight into it, nothing happens. But if I start going left and right, you sort of can see it. Let's try arrow slits. So it's really a trick about finding something that is good enough that you can see, but that you can also loot through. Ooh, so this one, okay. Does this one have a water problem? Okay. So this one you can go in, which allows you to see. Problem is that you have to get pretty close, and if you're standing here, they'll definitely bash this block, so that's a bit of a problem. And you have to get pretty close. It works though, not perfect. Let's try the steel wedge. Let's pretend that didn't happen. Okay, no one saw that. Right? It's like, how did I manage to actually shoot through that one? So what if we do? Is that the steel wedge? Okay. And we do, what if we do it this way? Like this. Can I block here? Come on, block. Get over this stupid water. They really need to fix this water physics. Oh, this one gives a good visibility, actually, even from standing behind here. And let me make sure I get the water. Let me make sure I get the water, okay. Aha! We might be onto something here. Oh, there's no water. Okay, we're onto something, there's no water. Oh no, there, what? What? Okay, that looked really weird. Let me do that here as well. Let me copy the rotation. Did the water vanish? That looked a real bit funky, I have to say. Oh, come on, get rid of this stupid water. I don't want any water inside. Okay, so let me, okay, because I removed that one, the water did vanish here. Okay. Okay, so now they're definitely, okay. Is it flowing? Oh yeah, because okay, that's fine. Flowing water doesn't push around. Okay, so there is definitely water all throughout. Okay, so there's definitely water all throughout, and there's water outside. There's a lot of water outside. It's spawning more water. Infinite water pools. Minecraft. Okay, let's get rid of this one. Ooh. Now there is water here, but on this side it looks like there's no water at all. I think we have a winner here. All right, let's get this one back just in case. So let's, we might have a winner. So actually let me spawn in a couple of loot containers here on different locations. See if you can actually reach them. Oh, now this is perfect. See, confirmed, there's water here, but it looks like there's no water. And because of the angle, you can see and you can loot. And you can even loot these ones. Oh, this is really good. There's something that happens with the water physics because there is water and it can't be seen. Nice, so the visibility is really good. You can loot. The zombies are not going to come out, and these ones are probably considered fully... These are probably considered fully solid blocks because it's only this small wedge that is gone. But you put this one like this, the angle is perfect. And you can do your looting. I'm not sure what this is considered to be really good loot. A hooded sweatshirt. A little bit of water. No, it's supposed to be better loot. Come on. One can of pasta. I think we have a winner. So give me a moment. Let me switch all these ones out as well. And now let's fix the water. Ooh, because there's loot. Maybe that prevents me from placing it. Possibly. Let's get this out here. Let's get this all filled out. I said all filled out, and let's okay. So now this almost all filled out. Okay, almost all filled out. Now when I say almost, I mean perfect. Okay, so if I sink down here, I can walk and I can run. I can barely get up, and I can, whoa, I can see a lot of water here. Let's get rid of this one then. Let's see if the water still remains on the inside, which I think it should. Okay, so now this one is perfect, this one is perfect, and this is lootable. So you can see it from this side, but if you're on this side, you have no issue coming to see it. You're coming to loot it. and you are reasonably safe. So what happens is that when the zombies come here, I suspect they're going to try to go down here, and they're going to come running here, and hopefully they'll fall down. If you're unlucky, they'll bash you here. You could extend this if you wanted to, or you could probably pull this out a bit further, such that they have to like go around like this in order to come. You might actually, that might be a better approach of doing it. Meaning you do something like, oh, no, you don't do that, please. That would be dumb. You do something like this, and you pull it out this way such that there is there's a walkway here. And let me do that actually. Okay, so you see here I've basically extended it such that if they want to get here, they have to walk all the way here, and then they have to walk all the way around, which basically means they have to go through, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 gaps before they actually get to you. So even if you're standing here, it's like 8, 7, 8, 9, whatever gaps. And it's really unlikely that they will be able to do that. They probably could theoretically. And yeah, this should be a good way to loot. So let's verify that, yeah, the corridor's fine. It's got a length here, and let's put one in here as well. Like this. And you can jump over. Woo! And you can do that now. I have a bit of an issue with the fact that you can't actually see anything. You don't see if there's anything there. So let me see if I can fix that. Hold on. Alright, so this is better. So water in glass is really weird actually. It does allow me to see through. As you can see, there's no issue. You can definitely see through here. But placing it makes it look a little bit weird. There's definitely water here. There's water inside this box as well. There was water dripping out here that I could remove. But yeah, I mean, that works really well. And so you can stand here and look at this. Looking good. I like this. Let me do some more improvements actually. Okay, as you can see, I've put electric fences. It's probably better to lay them down. They are not very well protected again. I'm just showing you a bit of the concept. I do have some stray water here. It's a bit annoying to work with water, unfortunately. But anyway, I do have some stray water. I do have these ones. Normally, you'd want to protect them better because if there's cop explosions here, then bye-bye. But you know, you can pretty easily handle that by, you know, you do something like this. And you basically encase them. Then, you know, you put some, maybe, I don't know, hatch or something on the side so you can actually reach in if you need to repair. And that should be good enough to protect them. The top one probably you don't need anything. The bottom ones you definitely do. And I put them in here, 2 places here and here. I was thinking to do them across. The problem is that becomes a bit of an issue to... let's get rid of this one. Becomes an issue when you're looting because they'll be in the way, and of course you could disable them, but it's especially when you're in here looting that you want to have the electric fences on because well, that's when they're going to be coming for you and you can get injured or killed. And I'll put everything on a timer. No, not a timer, a generator. And let's take this off and let's try this out here. Let me see, let me get not Lou. No, Lou. Let's get... come here. Okay. And I think that should be good here. It should be going up here. And yes. And they're not hitting that one because it's off. Good. Perfect. And gives you a little bit of extra time, and then they run up here and they run down, and of course they take damage. They're not going to die from 2 of this one. 2 of this probably going to give you something like 40 damage or something. Let's give in 25 of them. Let's get some nurses. Of course the electric fences will fail. They do take some reflected damage. They will fail eventually, but you know, that's part of it. It does make it easier to do headshots. Because of course they're not gonna be the same one, so the height of them is gonna be slightly different. But you can see here it's because they slow down so much from the water, and they slow down because of their being stunned by the electric fence. You do have quite a good way of just shooting them, and if they do come up to the second one, and see there's a loot bag, you come out here. Can I loot this one? Let's see today. Yeah, see they keep walking. You come up here and go like, yeah, this is mine. This is my water. And let's see. They probably will jump up there. Yep. Okay, one made it over at least. We got one loot bag. Come on, show that you can do it. Show that you want it. Oh no, she probably fell down though. Yeah. Oh, she fell down and she really ran around. See, that worked perfectly, right? Okay, there were two of them. So they came in here. Actually, I probably would extend this with another layer of like this. So you can actually see if they fall down. Okay, because that's something you want to know. You want to know if they fall down, like this. And you actually could do that here as well. Whoa. You don't want to do too much because this one is not as resistant as the other one. But at least, yeah, you'll see they run down there, and then you can happily, you could actually stand here as well and fight. However, the problem is that you can't do any headshots. And you can see that they're definitely being slowed down because of the water. And you can hear it. And even if they make it, then you're good. And this is my little bridge, my cheap man's bridge. And we're over here again. And you can stay here the whole night. And even if you don't have a, let's say you have a crossbow, steel crossbow. Right. So there you go. You can still do a fair bit of damage. And let's get in a couple of new ones. Oh, I didn't mean. Okay, oh, no. I didn't mean to summon in like hundreds of. No, okay. That's not quite what I wanted. Whew. I think I summoned in the 100 or 150 of feral most there. That was not quite what I wanted actually. You don't have to use. Can you put the scope on this one? Oh, you can do a reflex. Let's do scope. What else can you do? Modify. Oh, you can. Okay. Oh. And reload. Come on. We don't have all day. Oh, you can't see. Running out of air. That's all right. You can see when you shoot, but you can't see what you hit. Because of... is it because I'm kneeling down? No, it's because of... It's because of how it's handling the actual model is too high. So you see it, when you do that, it's actually very high, and then it switches to the scope. So you can't see where you're hitting, which is a bit of unfortunate, but I am headshotting here. So you can actually stand here and just headshot them. That would work just fine, and use a crossbow instead and get the loot that way. It's slow, obviously. You see that it's in its head. It's obviously slower than using a gun, but it's a lot cheaper to use iron or crossbow bolts of steel. So this is my build. This is the way I would do it, and we're gonna go back and loot, and we're back here. Can I? Oh. Am I destroying the? Am I destroying the water? I'm actually destroying the water with my... Oh, No, don't kill myself. I'm actually destroying the water with my really powerful blow. Okay. That's something to keep in mind. Don't destroy your water. You might not want to do this either. I think it works really well. You can loot it, you can kill them, you can stand here, and you can put on a 4x scope. And hopefully you don't... Oh, double. Hopefully you don't... Oh, and if they're just dropping the loot here, even better. Oh, Shotgun Messiah. Okay, we're now on day 28, 2200 hours, and I'm going to run the base through a little Blood Moon horde. Hopefully, at least. Let's see where they are spawning over here. Okay. So it's a fairly high one. As you can see, it's 454, so it's a lot harder than you would normally get on day 28 because I am level 300. So it is a lot higher, and can I... Yep. So you generally would not be getting this kind of horde on day 28 unless you were really high level. And I just wanted to test it out. I put 32 concurrent, so a lot of them will be spawning, and that just to make it a little bit easier. I actually ran this through, let me see, 64 a couple of times, and it worked pretty fine. It's a little bit too small corridor. If you want to have 64, you're going to chock-a-block them. There's going to be just way too many. Even 32, you see there, it's the cops that is the problem, because they can actually destroy the water block. And you want to make sure you reload and get some air, rebreather, and killing the cops so they don't explode. If they do spit, they still destroy some of the blocks, which is a little bit weird. How can vomit? It's like you throw up in a sea and the sea vanishes because it's broken. Maybe it's a really powerful kind of vomit. Let me see if I can take him out before he blows up. You definitely want to do that. Is there any loot? Yes, there is a loot bag there. The problem I notice is that the loot bag that are right at the edge there, I want to see if I can get some over there. I didn't enable the wall there to be lootable. So if they're really that far ahead, it's really hard to loot. So let me see if I can get some that are further behind and do that instead, because if they're right here, then I can't loot them, unfortunately. I tried. It's a little bit tough to get in because of the angle. So let me see if I can do this instead. Get a few of them, and I'm going to go and check them in just a little bit. The ones that are behind at least. Okay, let's reload. Let's see how that went. Let's see if anything is lootable. Oh. Alright, let's jump in here. See this one, there's a loot bag. Oh, I can, it's just a little bit hard. I should have done this block the same as well. So you do get some water overflow, and I think that's because of the cops. They do see the cops, they start destroying some of the water here. It's really weird behavior. So it's something you have to take into account. If there's only 8 zombies, it might not be an issue because, you probably can kill them before they can start vomiting or exploding. But this many, it's a little bit difficult to focus on the cops, unfortunately. So I managed to loot there, and that's it actually works really well. It's only the cops that are in the issue because they destroy the water blocks. And that's a really weird physics that you can't really do much about. You just have to ensure that you kill the cops. I wish you could have shotgun turrets or something that you could set to target only cops, because you can shoot them on the ramp or something so they never make it into. But this works pretty well. I mean, if it was just 8, then you'd have like 8 here, and then you kill some, and then they take some time to respawn, and then they're slow in the water, and then you have no issue with actually killing them slowly one by one. Now they're just so many because I have 32 of them. That's what causing the problem. But yeah, I mean, I think this works really well. You know, when you're ready, you go and do this, you jump over, don't fall down, and you go over here and do any looting that might have been there. Oh, And if they come over here, no, they just fall down. Oh, that's interesting. They really exploded. And yeah, that's another problem. You might want to make sure you make all this in steel or something, because I think a couple of them exploded and then destroyed the block. And yeah, that's how it is. It works well, but yeah, this block here needs to be taken out so that you can actually loot here as well. Otherwise you have issues, because a lot of them die here because they get stunned here, and then I shoot them and the loot ends up being here. So you want to extend that here. Otherwise, yeah, that's interesting. It's not fatal if they do that, because if they happen to fall down, they just go back to the ramp. But of course, you don't want that to be the case. You probably want to make some steel here. I think, oh yeah, there was definitely some explosion here. That's why there's all this damage. You look at this, yeah. And this is just normal concrete. It's not even reinforced concrete. So 2,500 hit points doesn't really last all that long if you have a few radiated cups that explode. But anyway, that's how it works. Even with 32, no major issue. Some damage from the explosion, but you know, that's to be expected. Well, try it out. Let me know how it works. And if you enjoy this, leave a like, subscribe, and all of that. And improve this one. I probably broaden it a little bit to make it prettier. And you could have it symmetrical, so you have a loot chamber on or loot corridor on both sides. Either one really works. I think one seems to be good enough, and I think now because you probably should clean this up using hay bales, because you don't want to destroy all these ones every time. It's easy and creative, but maybe not in vanilla. But I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you like this kind of build. If you do, let me know what else I should build. I will see you again next time.
Special thanks to the great patrons supporting the channel. If you would like to join the vetted community and support these videos, do follow the Patreon link.